Hello everyone and welcome back to the Real Positive Girl podcast. Happy Monday. Welcome in on a brand new week. I hope that your Monday has started off pretty well. And as I say most episodes, I hope that if you are having a bad day, that you are able to take at least 5 minutes of by yourself, to just find that peace, find that time where you can just restart, reboot everything, come back to baseline and just start again. And then if you are able to spend some time problem solving and figuring out what went wrong and how you can problem solve anything that's getting in your way, whether you start that immediately or the next day, I hope that you find time to do that because it's super, super important. But again, I hope that your week is starting off well and that you had a good weekend. I hope that you got some rest. I hope that you had fun. I know that a lot of us are struggling with what to do, what kind of fun things we should be doing during quarantine and self-isolation. I have actually been staying busy just like watching videos, baking a lot of things, and, trying to really ramp up and work on my content because, I didn't always have time for that, and now I find myself with extra time and I want to use it wisely. And, but I'm also, doing fun stuff with my family, watching movies, watching shows, hanging out with my kiddo, tie-dyeing. It's fun. Quarantine's fun. So anyway, I hope that you guys are all doing well, and thank you so much for coming back for another week of the podcast. My name is Sabrina. I forgot to say that in the beginning, but I welcome you to the podcast. This week, we will be talking about creating a meaningful morning routine. And I know that's kind of a little bit different from the topics that I've talked about in the past, but I believe that it's going to be really, really helpful. And having a routine in general is so beneficial to those of us that suffer from depression and anxiety and BPD and, a lot of actually mental health illnesses and struggles. Having a routine, an established routine where you almost do the exact same thing every single day and you know what to expect and what's going to come next, and not, living in that in fear or uncertainty, it's just so helpful. So I thought that I would just break it down and highlight some things every single day to help us establish a good morning routine if you don't already have one. And if you do already have one, maybe I'll have some tips so you can boost yours up. Also, I do want to preface this week by saying that yes, I understand that not everyone will benefit from a morning routine. I don't think there are definitely people out there that wouldn't benefit from a routine just based upon how they live their life and what is beneficial to them. And that's the beauty of just being in this world and a community of people. Everyone is different. We can all learn from each other. And so I encourage you to still listen if you're not into routines, because maybe you'll pick up a couple tips here and there that might, cause you to think or figure out something differently to do in your life that might help you live your life a little better to become your best self. But either way, I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there because I know that some people are coming for other people about like, well, why are you always forcing us to have a routine? And I'm just saying that, I talk a lot about anxiety and depression, suicide ideation and BPD and just those things in general. And based on my research, having a routine is very helpful to create stability in your life. So anyway, after that disclaimer, let's go ahead and just jump right in. So today, Monday, we are talking about plan your day the night before or right when you wake up. So let's go ahead and just jump in really quick. Doing it the night before will make one less thing you have to think about, but doing it in the morning will allow you to start your day feeling productive and excited for what you get to do. And I truly believe that. But it's also the reason why I am breaking it down so you can either do it in the night before or in the morning, because I do know that there are benefits to both. So I wanted to kind of highlight both of them so you can make a choice based upon what you feel would be best for you in your own time management. Choose what would work best for you. Always remember, when choosing to create a routine or something you intend to follow, do what will help you best, not what someone else tells you, including me, or what works best for someone else only. And I really mean that because, people will be out there giving advice, me included, obviously, and be like, oh, this is the best way, you can do this, that, and the other. or here are a couple choices that I recommend. And yeah, you can definitely go ahead and try those things, but if they don't work for you, please do not force yourself to try to do those things, because that is unnecessary and not helpful to your overall health and growth and mindset. Because if you're forcing yourself to do things that you don't want to do or just don't work out for your lifestyle, the way you live your life, and especially if you have like a partner, a spouse, kiddos, anyone else in your family and wholly involved in your life and your day in, day out, and you're just forcing yourself to do something, that's definitely going to make things worse and not better. And the whole point of implementing a meaningful morning routine is to make things better, not worse. So just keep that in mind. Planning your day the night before will allow you to have some more time in the morning to do something else that is important to you. It's less to think about, and you can kind of just jump in on your day. And, you don't have to wake up the extra 5, 10, 15 minutes, whatever it is. And that also depends on whether you like to couple your planning with journaling, with reading a devotional, with your like coffee time, like or whatever you like prefer to do in the morning. So that's also something else to consider. But if you do it the night before, then you can just jump in on your day and just get going and not have to take any time to really like think anything through. So that's definitely a positive. You can also go to bed knowing that you have a majority of things planned out and ready to take on, and you're just ready to go. Again, you're just ready to go. And maybe in the evening time, you have more time to think about it. And maybe in the morning, you just don't like to be up that early in the morning. That's understandable. Not everyone is a morning person, and that's totally okay. Absolutely okay. And so if you prefer, like before you go to sleep, I do know that it's really helpful for people that have trouble sleeping or trouble worrying a lot. Everything is on their mind constantly. Just writing it down in a journal or something beside them and just like letting it go for the night. Maybe that is part of your whole planning your day, your next day at nighttime, because it'll just help you get things off your mind and then get your best sleep that you can, and then be able to tackle the day. Whatever it is that's going to be beneficial to you, do it. That's the choice you should be making. The benefits of planning your day in the morning after you wake up is having the clarity of the day at hand, knowing your mood and how you should go about things. And, at night you might think that you'll think you know how you feel, but maybe you wake up sick or in a funk, so planning in the morning allows you to plan around that and not have to replan your day because you originally did it at night. And so that's one of the reasons why my preference is to plan my day after I wake up. And actually my preference is to actually plan my day like after I'm already sitting at my desk. Currently, because in quarantine a lot of us are working from home, so I currently work from home, so I prefer to turn my computer on, get all the programs that I need for my job set up, ready to go, make sure that my company phone is turned on and I'm ready to go. And then I like to kind of like check my emails. I like to kind of like ease into work a little bit for the first 30 minutes and then I plan my day. But it's because in my planner, I don't plan anything that I do at work, because that's just not how my job works. Because my job is like rolling tasks, and I just know everything I need to do, and it's just more of like a sequence of like, okay, this, now I do this, now I do this, now I do this, now I'm back to this. So for me personally, running my planner when I need to do is not helpful. So that's why I find it's okay for me that after I've kind of settled into work and make sure I'm on top of everything and know what I'm going to be doing that day for the most part, and then I plan the rest of my day. And you might say then, well, if you don't plan your work, then what else are you planning? Well, outside of quarantine, I would be writing down like anywhere I need to take my kiddo, that I'm going to wake up in the morning and go work out, or any sort of like personal appointments that I needed to make, like if I needed to go get my hair done or go to like the nail salon, or if I needed to write down a doctor's appointment, any of those things, I would write them down. But also in the planner that I use, it has a space where you can talk about ongoing projects, your mood, and I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't have it on me right now, but there are so many other different spaces, and then there's another whole blank space where you can just like have the freedom to draw pictures or add notes. And a lot of times I will kind of have like an idea space and kind of like think through a couple other things that are happening outside of work and projects and stuff like that. So that's the way that I use mine, and I love doing it as I sit at my desk and just, get things going. And even outside of quarantine, like when I actually was working at the office, I would just take my planner and do that exact same thing at my desk, at my actual office. And it was basically the same. So that's the way that I prefer to do it. And, I did mention that, like, having the clarity after you wake up and, knowing your mood, and I know that some people might be like, oh, you can't like base everything off your mood. And I'm not saying you should plan in the morning so that it solely revolves around your mood, because a lot of times we have to get stuff done despite how we feel, because that's what it's like to be an adult, and that's totally fine. But that it can be helpful if your schedule allows that. So for me personally, a lot of the appointments that I make in my planner are kind of locked in, but if I decided that I woke up and I was sick, I would be like, okay, well, I'm probably not going to want to go. Like, if I was really sick, I would probably cancel like a doctor's appointment if I had that, or if I was going to go to the salon or something like that, I would probably cancel that, because I don't want to get anyone else sick. Like, that's in or out of quarantine no matter what. I just definitely don't want to do that. Or if for some reason I'm in a super grumpy mood, or I am just not feeling the day, I will probably just not go work out that morning. Like, if I literally wake up and I feel like a total crap, and not like the kind of crap where you're like, oh, I feel bad, but I know that if I just go get myself going, it'll be good. No, there are definitely, it does not happen too often, but there'll definitely be days where I'll wake up and I would feel like such crap, and I just don't want to get up and go to the gym. So I would literally just change my alarm, go back to sleep, and then I would either do something in the evening, which I don't necessarily enjoy, but I would do that, or I would just call it a rest night and then switch my schedule for my workout schedule, because my schedule has the flexibility to kind of work around my moods or how I'm feeling or what's going on. So I understand if your schedule does not have that flexibility, that's totally fine. Just do whatever is going to work best for you. Totally. Like, it's whatever based around how you like to live your life. Another benefit of planning your day in the morning is the ability to set a mindset for your day based on what needs to get done. So I really like to be able to look at my planner and write all the things in, and just like have that positive mindset of like, okay, like this needs to get done. I'm excited to get it done. I'm excited to really detail out the steps of what needs to get done. Or if I'm like halfway through it, if it's like an ongoing kind of project kind of thing, I like to like review what I've already done and what needs to get done, and kind of like plan in my mind, like, okay, well, when can I get this done, and getting really excited about it. This is also really helpful for me because I am a chronic procrastinator, because I have such deep-rooted perfectionist tendencies, and so having a planner to kind of keep me accountable kind of prevents me from procrastinating so much. I still do it, but since I've implemented the kind of planner that I have right now, which I absolutely love. It's a passion planner, and that's like the brand of it. It's super cool. But ever since I started implementing that, it's actually really helped me stay accountable to get what I need to get done in a timely manner and not rushing at the end. So anyway, that is definitely something to consider. But yeah, I definitely think that it just like planning in the morning, sitting there, setting your mindset, setting yourself up for success, and just feeling really good about the day and knowing what needs to get done and feeling good about that. And it doesn't matter how you plan out your day. It can be a simple checklist, which I love doing checklists. I like writing notes and planning things out. It's just fun. But it can be a simple checklist, or detailing in a planner like I do, saved somewhere on your phone. I've been through so many different planner, calendar, checklists, apps in my phone, until I've discovered the planner that I have right now. That's actually a written planner, which I prefer. But I've been through all of those apps, and a lot of them are good, and on some of them are just like, this is not as helpful as I thought it was going to be. But anyway, so I just wanted to, highlight that. It does not matter how you decide to keep track of it, but I would definitely, no matter how you decide to plan out your day, it's important to try and track all of those days in the same spot, so that you have the ability to like review back and see what needs to be carried over from another day. I do that every morning. I will look back and see like if I'm something I didn't get done that needs to get done, I'll just carry it over to the next day or figure out why I didn't do it in a better way for me to get it done, kind of plan that way. Or how you are doing on completing a goal. So again, you're carrying something over from another day, but that's because it is an ongoing goal, ongoing project that needs to get done. You can kind of like highlight that you've already done all of the steps and that what steps are left to get done, that kind of thing. So no matter how you do it, paper, pen, electronically, maybe you even have like Alexa telling you what you need to do like throughout the day, which I think is really cool. I actually know people that will like do that, they'll be like, okay, Alexa, what's happening next, or what's happening tonight, or whatever. And so it doesn't matter which way you do it, and it doesn't matter if you do it in the morning or the evening, but I think it's important to just plan out your day, whether it is the night before or whether it is in the morning, and to have an established way that you do it so that you're able to refer back and to just do whatever serves you best and will help you accomplish your goals and projects the best. That's what it all comes down to. That's what's most important. So, okay guys, well that's it for today. Thanks again for joining me on the podcast. I hope that you really enjoyed this episode, and if you know someone that you know would enjoy this episode, I encourage you to share it with them. Also, check out the description box and you can come visit me over on Instagram, or send me an email if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or prayer requests. I also take those all the time. And yeah, so I hope that you really enjoyed it. Again, happy Monday. I hope that your day is going well, and I hope that you come back and join me for tomorrow, Tuesday's episode. So until then, I'll see you later. Bye.